Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tanner from TammanBaseballFan.com and CansecoCollector.com. Last night I was on television on the news, so I wanted to share that with you all, so here it goes.
What's the most money you'd spend on baseball cards for your collection? Tonight it's the confessions of someone who spent more than $100,000 while walking just one. Now it's time to talk baseball cards. Let's head over here. Now, how much would you spend on your collection? Maybe a couple $100, maybe $1,000 or two? What about upwards of $10,000? Well, here's the story of a married man from Tomball who believes money cannot buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of baseball cards.
There's a word for people like Tanner Jones. What that word is, we're still trying to figure it out.
Were you an addict?
I don't know if I was an addict, but I really liked baseball cards a whole lot, and I still do.
Yes, baseball cards. And tops on his list, a slugger with massive muscles and even bigger baggage. Jose Canseco.
Random.
Well, he was my hero growing up, and I enjoyed watching him play and hit home runs, but I also really loved the baseball cards, so it just was an intersection for me.
And that intersection? Well, Tanner turned it into one of the ritziest parts of Collectorsville.
All 5,000 plus.
Over the course of 4 years, he amassed more than 5,000 Canseco cards.
At a cost of?
$107,000 and some change.
$107,000.
Yep.
And your wife is still with you?
She sure is, yeah.
Unfortunately, Tanner's wife wasn't around when we were, because we'd love to also ask her about the private meeting with Canseco Tanner paid for as well, later featured in this Collectibles magazine.
You know what people will be saying at home when they watch this. Does this person need to be committed?
I've heard that before, yeah.
What is the difference between collecting for fun and when it possibly becomes a serious problem?
Bill Prasad is our mental health and wellness expert.
It becomes a problem if the collecting interferes with your ability to function in other parts of your life, such as your ability to be a good spouse or to be a good parent. That's when people start to run into trouble.
Tanner claims he never got to that point.
It's the highlights, but it's the white letter variation.
Though the title of his new book, chronicling his adventure, is Confessions of a Baseball Card Addict.
What I want this book to be able to do is to help folks out there that want to sell and get out of the pit that they may have dug themselves into.
So, what's the best word to describe someone like Tanner Jones, who spent more than $100,000 on Jose Canseco cards, managed to stay married, and then sold that Canseco collection and made a profit?
I've accomplished everything that I wanted to in the hobby as far as collecting Canseco cards go.
Most of us would say lucky, but Tanner likely prefers blessed.
I really, really enjoy this hobby. I'm not out of it. I never will be fully because it's been a blast.
Well, Tanner is still collecting Canseco cards, just not as many. And he stresses the money he used to buy that epic collection came from the sales of other baseball cards.